At that point, the Germans should just leave.
Yeah, you're right.
Woman picked up a tank.
They watched this shit and decided, let's do a World War II as well.
I think this is actually going to be the first one I enjoy.
There's Green Lantern in this. Hold on. Stop.
Where?
Right there.
I didn't see it.
Neither did anyone else.
That's not true. A lot of people saw it. That's why people think it's bad.
I used to want to save the world.
That's not Earth. What the fuck is that?
I don't think it's supposed to.
That's Earth.
Holy shit.
It's covered in a lot of clouds.
That's Krypton.
What's he even doing in security? Like, why is that a thing he works with? What does Bruce Wayne make?
Wow, gee, Earth's gravity sure is a lot denser in this movie.
She's running to the aircraft carrier to ask her dad if it'll break Mach 3. Don't act like you don't know, Ian.
I know. Did you get the extended edition?
Is there an extended edition of this film?
No, there is no extended one because people like that one.
Yeah.
When they don't like the movie, they make an extended edition.
Antiope thinks I'm ready.
Does she? I could begin showing her some things.
So, did they all adopt Gal Gadot's accent?
No, because all of the accents are different in the beginning of the movie.
I feel like they all try to do a Gal Gadot
They're all trying to
impression.
do like an Israeli accent.
They all try, and some of them are close, and some of them are like, I am just going to talk like this.
Because the little girl's like almost American, basically.
Yes.
And Robin Wright is doing an okay job doing a Gal Gadot, but I don't know about Connie Nielsen.
Tell me about how Zeus may be from clay and lightning and rape.
I think it was just clay and lightning in this version.
Oh, come on, it's Zeus. You don't think Zeus accidentally fucked the clay or some shit? Made a wood nymph?
I like how the Zeus stories are like, in order to have sex with someone, he transforms into an animal to seduce them, implying that they wanted to have sex with an animal in the first place.
It's more like they go, oh, a cute animal, and then he just fucking shoves it in.
Well, couldn't he just shove it in the first place?
That's what he does.
Zeus is a terrible choice for king.
Yeah, he got it solely because he's the oldest and was the one that got hidden.
The gods created us, the Amazons, to influence men's hearts with love and restore peace.
Influence men's hearts with cooch.
We put down naked women, and then the men came.
I like the art style for this.
Oh yeah, the weird like half claymation, half PS2 video game.
It's like smudged.
The weapon that is strong enough to kill a god. Can I see it?
So why didn't she tell Diana that she was the god killer?
Because you have to make that a shitty reveal later on in the movie.
Yeah, I understand for script reasons. But like, in the story, I feel like it'd just be best to be like, hey, Diana, you're like basically our Zeus.
Hippolyta, I love her as you do.
Now that I've watched Lovecraft Country, I feel like they're pronouncing it wrong.
What about just Hippo, universally?
That's the nickname.
Hippopotamolysa. The historical accuracy in this is really cool. With like the pontoon U-boats and stuff.
Where are we?
The mascara.
From what?
The mascara?
The
Sorry,
mascara?
You don't look like you're wearing mascara.
Is there another mascara?
I can't tell if it was just a lucky shot or not.
I think it was lucky because he couldn't have timed that.
Meanwhile, Hans is over on the beach just like, I meant to do that.
Some of the effects in the slow-mo were a little,
Zack Snydery,
yeah.
he did produce this movie. Oh, I thought the horse was gonna do a flip kick on them.
No, it's not Donkey from Shrek 2.
That's what I thought that shot was leading to.
That'd have been fucking awesome,
What
though.
a great shot.
She like does a skateboarding trick with the horse to hit him in the head. That fucking guy.
Some of the shots in this fight sequence are great.
The time has come.
You're a god killer, by the way. I should probably mention this before
It's
dying.
time for the second act where you go off with Steve.
No, that's not for another 30 minutes, but the introductions are over. Hang on, let me bring up the hero's journey.
Dr. Poison is one of the brides in Van Helsing.
0.
More like 10.
That makes me really sad.
They're the worst characters in that movie.
They are. Objectively, they make the movie worse.
Also, Dr. Poison's character,
Yeah?
weirdly utilized. It's not bad, but
She's just not in it much.
she just kind of disappears at the end. Ludendorff.
Oh, he's Ludendorff. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
Danny
else is
Hudson.
he in?
He's Poseidon in Clash of the Titans. Grenades.
That is a big bomb.
Yeah, he should be dead.
What the hell?
That exploded into his ear.
The war to end all wars.
The war to end all wars. Right after it ends, let's do some war.
This must be Ares.
What are you talking about, Sean?
Forgive me, Senator, but the man called it a war without end.
Yeah, I think this movie would have had more of an impact if the plot twist was Ares actually wasn't involved.
We'll talk about that. That's an end fight thing for me.
I don't know if fight. I'm not really looking to verbally spar over it.
No, like during the end fight of the
Oh,
movie.
okay. I thought you meant like you
conversation.
wanted to fucking throw words.
Oh
and I was
no,
like,
I'm
"Fine."
gonna agree with you to the extreme.
Arm wrestle, and the winner is correct.
Stopping the god of war is our foreordinance.
I mean, seriously, they just announced a new game.
What's that?
That's a penis.
It's a, it's a watch.
You mean the watch I keep on my...
My qualm with her theme is like the rest of the soundtrack at least like somewhat fits, and then it's like a hard rock electric guitar.
I don't hear any electric guitar right now.
No, during her theme, like the Wonder Woman theme.
Oh, this outfit is wonderful. She's got fucking heels on.
They're boots.
No, they're not. They're heels.
They're boot heels.
It's tough because any criticism you have about her outfit, like, you know, about like it being incredibly sexist and stupid, is just carried over from the comic book. And they're trying to
But you
downplay
can
it.
actively make changes to make it less sexist.
And they have.
Yeah, that's why they're boot heels.
It's still heels.
I'd say they predominantly did change it to make it a lot less sexist by making it armor. But
I mean,
then
yeah.
it's like, why is half of her naked still if it's armor?
I mean, she's bulletproof to begin with.
Then
so.
why wear the armor? Like, it's all pointless anyway.
Run around
just be
naked.
fully
That's
naked.
the power move. I'm not trying to get into like the sexualization of Wonder Woman. It is such a pet peeve of mine when superheroines run into battle on like this destroyed battlefield and they're wearing fucking heels. I don't care if they're boot heels. I don't care how solid they are. They're fucking heels.
And you know the Wonder Woman armor very well. Look at what she's wearing. That's practical full body armor with no holes. And she wore that shit to bed. Because she just woke up.
Yeah, wait a fucking minute.
What, you don't sleep in your plate mail?
I like how 3 straight white dudes are trying to talk about how feminism is supposed to be in this time period.
Yeah, I don't think we're the leading authority.
All things considered, it does the outfit as well as you could probably do it.
Yeah.
Because without changing the outfit inherently.
I'm not trying to argue about the outfit. I just wanted to make my point about the heels.
Oh no, heels fucking suck. Lois Lane has heels like the entire last movie.
She does, and they're not boot heels. They're pointy little fucking office heels. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, how do you not just snap those and break your leg?
I really like their interactions this movie.
Yeah,
They're really good on screen together.
they sell it. That was me, sorry.
Sorry, we had chili last night. If you look, you can see Sherlock Holmes dangling off of the bridge.
That's the first one.
Yes, it is.
Fucking love both of those movies.
Both of them are great.
Yes, thank you.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Oh, a woman attending parliament. Look at that 1910s mustache.
That is the world's best mustache. He always has it.
I know, that's my favorite part, is they flash back to ancient Greece and he still has
It's
it.
bigger.
That's the best part. Hercule Poirot, 2-tiered mustache, same year as this film. This was a good year for mustaches.
Send me in. With some logistical support, at least give me the chance to take out Ludendorff's operation myself.
Put me in, coach. I can do this.
No, Steve, we're bringing a dog into the war instead. His name is Bud. There's no rule that a dog can't stop World War I.
Stephen! May God put a flower upon your head, son.
Simon Pegg knockoff.
It's Simon Pegg if he was like shoved into a pencil sharpener.
As we speak, my chemist.
We stand against you and your witch. Ludendorff, enough!
He just started talking calmly and then went, Ludendorff, enough! For no reason.
You're late. Cowboy sneak attack, Chief. How are you?
That's racist.
That's very racist. All right. In the movie, they're friends. They're on that level.
That's funny.
It's still
That's
very
a good
funny.
joke.
Yeah.
That is so racist.
But like, if you just met that guy,
Ah,
he's
cowboy sneak attack, polio, smallpox, forcing you onto the Trail of Tears.
gonna need reparations after that joke.
No man can cross it, all right? This battalion has been...
Fun fact, people hate this scene. This scene slaps.
It does
Yeah,
slap.
you're right. That's a great shot.
That was a bad shot. They missed.
Zack Snyder is one of the guys in the trench, by the way. I don't know where or when.
Good for him.
I actually really like this scene because it's like, it's a criticism I would have if it weren't here. Like, why wouldn't she just solve the war right now and fight everybody? I'm glad she is.
She's super naive. That's the whole point of the middle of the film.
Exactly. She should just be like doing this right now, and I'm glad she is.
That's one of my favorite parts about this movie is the flaws that she has. At that point, the Germans should just leave.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
Woman picked up a tank.
They watched this shit and decided, let's do a World War II as well.
The gala could be perfect cover.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the fact that I'm Ares.
And she thinks that Ludendorff is Ares, the god of war?
And only by killing him will the war end. Don't be daft.
See, even they're laughing at it.
So World War II is the first post-Ares war in this timeline.
And it's one of the worst wars.
It's like maybe the worst war ever.
Think about it this way. After Ares, we get World War II, Vietnam, and Iraq.
What are you supposed to be? What are you doing?
Punches her in the face.
Yeah, they don't explain what happened.
The hammer of justice has no gender.
In the end, everything eventually returns to the ash it came from.
This guy's spitting.
She's like, oh my god, I'm gonna put my porcelain lips all over him.
Peace is only an armistice in an endless war.
You said it is.
Ah, you know your ancient Greeks. They understood that war is a god that requires human sacrifice.
He has no idea who she is, by the way.
Yeah, he has no idea that they're literally.
Given that we know that he's not Ares,
yep.
What the fuck?
Why is he bringing up
this oddly specific quote?
That would still fuck her lungs up.
Why? She's an Amazonian.
That doesn't mean she's immune to mustard gas.
Her lungs are made of clay.
So how does she breathe the same as us?
We have no evidence that she breathes.
Yeah, you're right.
Imagine you and your buddy Franz are on like guard duty and suddenly you hear a slashing noise. You turn around and there's just a sword through your chest.
I like how when he does it, he gets like the prodigium fucking Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde face.
But only for a second, and then it goes away.
Yep.
Because they know it looks bad.
Is the perfect ending for like the character arc that has been built up the whole movie, and that I love so much in this whole second act. Because you can even still have this scene. She's like, "They're still doing it. What the fuck, humanity? Come on!"
And then
I
Steve
killed Ares!
explains, and then she gets really mad and just fucking tambourines the entire place.
Yep. We don't need the shitty airport fight with fucking
mustache.
CGI.
They don't deserve our help.
It's not about deserve. It's
help.
not. Maybe we don't.
You definitely don't. I can tell you that right now, Chief.
He has a good point too, though. He's like, we don't deserve it, but it's about what you believe in.
Yeah.
How you feel like this should end. This movie has a really, really good message that spits in the face of in 10 minutes.
Sir Patrick.
Dude who was only in 2 scenes, and when I saw this in theaters, I genuinely had no idea who he was. He's still in like negative 2000 PC.
What are Ares' powers?
War.
Control the world? Telekinesis?
War.
And fun fact, Ares can't do any of this. He's just the god of war. He doesn't have control over lightning.
Well,
That's
no,
Zeus's thing.
Again, like it's whatever the movie says are the rules, are the movie's rules, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I just don't know what the movie rules are.
All right, Mud.
What?
I want to point this scene out to you. Mustard gas doesn't affect her, but loud noises make it so she can't hear.
I mean, what do you want from her? She's not made out of clay.
Got him.
But you just said...
He's got to make sure the mustache is on display.
You got to make him look like Shredder from the early TMNT movies.
And the now TMNT movies.
That's Zeus's thing.
Maybe in this continuity, it's something that the gods can do.
Still don't like it. Sorry. That's not going to change my mind.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, I encourage adaptations making changes.
Get it? She's Jesus.
Oh my god, she's Jesus.
It is a Zack Snyder production. Their heels.
Perfect side shot for Mud.
the ongoing debate the entire film.
It's not a debate. We've all agreed.
They hug it out. War's over, bud.
I see this more as, oh my god, we didn't die, because there were 87 explosions last night.
I forgot the movie opens with Batman sending her a picture, and then the movie tells her life story, and then it goes back to the present.
She had a 2-hour-long flashback in her office, complete with time cuts.
Diana, your meeting was 2.5 hours ago. Sorry, just staring at the wall.
Why are there letters on the screen if she's typing on a pad?
All right, there's no post-credits scene. I kind of want to go first.
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead.
I did not have nearly as negative a reaction as I know Ian is going to about the ending. I don't like the ending, but I think at the end of the day that this movie really does work as a whole, and I think the ending could have been a lot better, but I think it does work for the story. I think it's having its cake and eating a little bit of it too, but it doesn't go full force into stupid. I think I'm gonna give it a 7 if we're gonna start this early with our scores.
Sure, go right
That's
ahead.
And,
In contrast to that, the end fight fucking blows. It's super gratuitous and like, oh, we didn't have a big dumb fight in this superhero movie. Let's put a big dumb fight in it. I'm giving it the same fucking score you are. So, because I love the middle of this movie. That's the thing. If the beginning and end of this movie, I wouldn't even say the beginning. The beginning's just slow and has bad child acting. It's not that bad. It's fine setup. If the end of this movie's better, it's probably a 9. Like, that's my issue. Builds up all this naivety and then just like tosses it out the window like, oh, Ares is real, sorry. And it's like, fuck off. Really? This movie could have like such a nice, powerful message, and it kind of spits in the face of the scene right before it. Right before Ares shows up is the best scene in the movie.
I kind of agree, but I also like all the action here. Like
I don't like the end fight visually.
I'm inclined to agree with Ian on the end fight visuals.
It's messy.
They're just there.
I agree with
fire and
the visuals.
It's fire and brimstone at night.
The
There's
visuals
nothing to
of
look
the
at.
end fight are kind of ugly. I'll give you that.
There's nothing visually there to really capture you and be like, oh my god, this is so stunning to look at. It's fire on a black backdrop.
Yeah, it feels generic. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's uninspired, especially when you compare that to the crossing no man's land scene.
Oh, it's so good.
So good. And it's like you can have this stylistic, or at least this action with something that captures the eye.
And I go so far as to say that every Zack Snyder action scene was better than the Wonder Woman end fight scene.
Oh, 100%.
Just because he composes his shots in a visually striking way, so
I
that
agree,
every
yeah.
punch has a certain amount of like force and gravity
Well,
to
the
it.
best fight scene in this movie is the one when the first time the rock music starts playing in the
town.
building in the town.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good fight scene.
Yeah. I will also say I didn't have such a negative reaction as Ian. 7.
Oh, wow, we all fucking agree.
Yeah.
I think 7 means different things to us.
Maybe.
Well, mine is it's a good movie, but not a great movie.
I agree completely. That's my
Like,
side.
7 and 8 are both good, not great. 8's leaning more towards great, obviously.
I'm just not as like angry.
It's the best DCU so far, but it's not my favorite.
Fuck yeah, it's the best so
I'm a
far.
Shazam guy personally.
I like Shazam and Aquaman. When we rewatch, I'll know which one's better.
I think it's gonna come down to Shazam because I remember I had a lot of problems with Aquaman. I
have problems with both movies.
I think it's either gonna be this or for me, it's either gonna be this movie or Shazam.
But before all that, we got Justice League on deck.
Oh my god!
Do we have anything else to add to Wonder Woman?
I will say about I want to clarify my Ares thing about his powers.
Sure.
In having gods have their own interpretations is fine, but Ares, they use his thing in this movie, so I don't understand why they use the lightning thing.
What do you mean his thing?
His thing is the chains and the fire. He's a
Okay.
big fire, brimstone, chains, like destruction kind of guy. Lightning is more like
Zeus.
It's Zeus. That's just Zeus.
You mean his
Well,
dad?
and it's more a natural thing. Ares is supposed to be like kind of like the metallic-y swords, chains, fire.
If I may, and it's weird because you can't. Well, I mean, you can, but you're not supposed to, quote unquote, take myths as literal. Like they're supposed to tell something about the culture they're in to get kind of philosophical. But more importantly, this is obviously taking it literally as like a narrative, like a modern day movie. So if we were to take classic Greek myths as literal, we are missing 4,000, give or take, years of context.
Yes.
So what could have happened in those 4,000 years?
However, I do want to strike you back with the myths were based off of real polytheism.
It's just as productive as trying to say that, a Christian God created the world in 7 days. Like, you have to interpret. Yeah. It says something about the culture. It's not supposed to be taken as a literal narrative.
Yes, but when you're taking things from the theisms, if the theisms have powers, you can kind of at least, like, go off of that. Because I feel like it's a little bit culturally disrespectful to ancient Greece, I know. But
it's too soon.
But at the same time, there are things that you can go off of where you don't have to meld those things necessarily. She could have used his own fire against him, fight fire with fire, and that would have been a better metaphor.
Fair, I get that. I guess it is just a design choice that the VFX artist just wanted to be. This would be cool if this happened.
And the only reason I was mad about it is because he had the fire. They used it like the whole fight, so that's like the thing you could use.
Fair
That's
enough.
kind of his thing.
I see your point.
I like how we all gave it a 7.
Yeah, we all gave the same score. We all liked it, didn't love
Yeah,
it.
it's a good movie.
I give it a 7 because I think it's really fucking long.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours.
I do agree with what Ian says about Ares. Ares is unnecessary. I don't have such vitriolic feeling about him as you do. I'm just like, all right.
This movie also kind of like it works. It's a really solid movie that I would totally watch like again.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I'm not saying that
of the 4 we've watched so far, this is the one I'd be like, yeah, let's rewatch this. Unless it's like Suicide Squad, where I'm like, yeah, let's just watch it
not
and
rewatch
fucking just shit on it the entire time.
I'd watch BVS again.
No.
My thing about the plot of this movie is the naivety still works. I think it just gets undercut by the end.
Fair.
You know
well,
what I
what
mean?
about not the end? I really like the rest of it. I like.
Oh yeah, the second act, all of it. Good.
Even the first act, I think it started really
I think
strong.
the first act's good.
The first act's a little bit boring, and the accents and the child acting makes me take it out a little bit. I get taken out a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
more
it
of
does
a
not
funny
bother me.
detail to me. I don't know if that ruins the whole
It
first
just
act.
takes me out a little bit, and it gets me back in once she turns into a teenager. So there's a little bit of stuff I don't like there, but it's not bad.
Fair enough. My only real criticism is that they fucking didn't tell Diana the important thing that would actually help her.
She even goes, "You should have told her when she leaves."
Yeah,
And-
should have.
Yes, you're right.
There's no reason not to, but whatever.
But the second act of this movie, her interplay with Steve Trevor is phenomenal.
Yeah.
They have such good chemistry. That's why I'm glad he's going to be in the next one, because they have really good chemistry. I don't know how she interacts with other people, because she only interacts with like him the whole movie.
The performance of the main two characters are awesome.
Amazing.
And they sell the movie and they make it as enjoyable.
You know, even the villains, well, maybe not Ares, because I feel like he's a little bit over the top.
Again,
but
when I saw this in theaters and Ares showed up, I had completely forgotten who David Luiz is. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
It turns a little bit over the top, but he's not doing a bad job. Danny Huston's character is pretty good.
Well, like, the movie is predicated around those main two leads, and if either of them suck...
Oh, it's not as good.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good. It falls
Exactly.
off. But
And
both
Pine
of them
is dumb talented.
Both of them is really, really good.
Yeah, they're
and
both
like,
talented.
I was kind of dubious going in about Gal Gadot because you know she hasn't acted in a whole lot prior.
Yeah, she was only in the shitty Fast and Furious movies.
Yep.
What, 5, 6?
Yep.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6?
And then like 10 lines in Batman vs Superman. But
Yep.
this, I think she actually brought something to the role. Like especially in this everyone's favorite scene when they're talking to each other and he explains that men are evil. When she's having like a panic attack almost, you actually buy that.
From what I remember, I've seen 4 and 5.
Fast and the Furious. I've seen parts of 5.
I don't remember if I've seen all of both of them.
Let me put it this way to you. She sure is in it.
Yeah, she's not very
It's not that she's
prominent.
bad. It's that she's not prominent or memorable.
Yeah, she just
Because she's
kinda-
a support.
She just shows up, is hot, and leaves in those movies.
Yeah.
That's kind of how her character's utilized, and I'm not gonna fault her acting on that. That's how the script wrote her. But she's great in this role. I haven't seen her in anything else, actually. I don't think.
I've seen some of the Furiouses. I don't know if she's been in them.
She
I can't
was
remember.
in 4, 5, and 6.
Oh wait, 5 was the safe one. Yeah, you know I've seen it. Yeah.
That was so
Fucking
bad.
love the safe, baby.
1 isn't really my cup of tea, but at least like the races are kind of cool.
Can we get back on track? This is a Wonder Woman review.
Well, the Wonder Woman review is fucking over. We have to watch Justice League.